Yo, so authenticity is the greatest equalizer. This is my fourth time trying to shoot this video. I'm doing it after my gym session just because now things have aligned a little better. I was able to reflect on this channel a little better, not gonna lie. The shout out from Naval kind of threw me off a little bit, threw me off my game, but I'm much appreciative if you guys just joined in from Naval's account, from the shout out. Welcome. This is me. So when I'm talking about authenticity, I also want to preface this by saying that the stories that I use and the way that I express myself are only to facilitate the concretization of a concept. So I have a concept in my mind, and I'm gonna grab from different anecdotes, different experiences to weave together a narrative that can best illustrate the concept that I'm trying to put out there. So I'm not trying to be somebody that's going to be consistently always compassionate. I'm not always going to consistently be my best self, or I'm not always going to consistently be just like this really knowledgeable or wise person. Sometimes, like all of us, I have a multitude of personalities, and so really this is me coming in fully accepting myself and expressing myself authentically in a way that where I don't judge the different personalities that I have. In fact, I use them as a way to enhance my evolution and my understanding of both myself and the human progression. So to put this simply, authenticity is the greatest equalizer. The thing is, I want you to understand that authenticity must be put before any other system. The reason I say that is because oftentimes we're driven, the majority of people are driven by status or money, or by appearances mostly. You know, it's like we're all trying to play this status game, we're all trying to play this who's the bigger person game, and it's usually a competition between people. And so oftentimes when I found myself in circumstances where this is a thing, whether it be in dating or whether it be in dance where I'm expressing myself authentically, or whether it be at the gym when there's bigger guys around me, I took this principle way early on in my life where I said it's not about appearances, it's not about anything other than who can be their highest self, who can be when I'm saying their highest self, I'm really saying the best expression of who they are, their most authentic self, their truest self. All right. So I'm gonna give you various scenarios so that you can understand this fully, and this will help you just overall in your life when you're dealing with people who may be of a higher status than you, or when you're dealing with people who are of different value systems as you. You can be able to navigate circumstances, navigate communication and connection, express yourself authentically to basically facilitate connection. That's really the goal here, so that you understand how to best connect with others while also expressing yourself authentically. So the first situation that I have in mind is the dance community. I'm a social dancer. I'm working on a channel called Lucid Dancing, where I'm going to be talking about my experiences as a social dancer. And I've been dancing for over 5 years, and it wasn't until the last 2 years where I started to interact with artists. I started a podcast around social dancing, so I got to interview some of the higher level people in the community. And something that I recognized very, very early on was that people played the power game most of the time. People often were driven much by status. So yes, it was about who I knew. It was about how good I was as a dancer. It was about how I looked as compared to other people, for example, in social media. So not all the time, obviously. I think that I had some really good connections, but a lot of the times when it came to my negative experiences, especially with artists, they were mostly driven by status, which pissed me off, because I was just like, bro, you guys are artists. You're supposed to be somebody that encourages new people, that encourages the growth of the community, a leader in the space, somebody that cares for the culture. So why do we have to play this power game? That's what would piss me off. And something that I immediately told my business partners was that I didn't give a fuck. Fuck the dancers, fuck the artists. It's about me going through this mission and making sure that I'm expressing my passion for dance and making sure that that's channeled in a correct manner. So not hindering it through these power games, not hindering it through these little mind games. I'm direct. So I'm gonna go, if I want an interview, I'm gonna go and talk to them. And I was the only one asking for interviews from these artists. Like my business partners were too afraid or too timid to do that. I didn't give a fuck, bro, because I'm driven by something higher. So anyways, I went and I had a few experiences, and I realized that most of the time these people want to test you. They want to test how willing you are to basically kiss their ass, or to, especially when it's the power game, the status game. And me, I'm not about that. So what I do is I express myself authentically, and I speak to the heart. I go direct, and that's what I mean by direct. It's not about you being rude. It's not about you being a dick. Like, if you want to express yourself authentically, you can do it in a way that's genuine, but also conscious of people's feelings and their circumstance. So like, whenever a person, I remember this one time I had this artist, I talked to him. We were just having issues with like scheduling an interview. I've had some negative experiences with him beforehand, but this time I was like, no, you know what, I'm gonna be direct. Like, I'm gonna show him I'm not playing his game. There was a moment where we were in public and I said, okay, we'll shoot an interview sometime, all right, I'll get back to you. And he's like, all right. And like, we're in the dance floor, and like, I reach out to shake his hand to just confirm, you know, hey, like, all right, man, like, thank you for that. Like, we were acknowledging that we agree on that. And he was just staring at my hand for a second, like not gonna shake it. And the funny thing is, I didn't give a fuck, bro. It was open in public. This was the perfect time for him to really like embarrass me, or if he embarrassed me, or he's gonna look bad. So like, it was this game of like, all right, who can like overpower the other. And so I extended my hand and I held it out for like 3 seconds, and I was like, hey man, like, you know, bum. And I was like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna get closer. I got closer. I was like, all right, man. And then he gave way. He shook his hand, and that was it. And I was like, I knew it. Like, I know, like, these people want to fuck with you and they're gonna embarrass you or whatever. But I was willing to be the bigger man, and like, literally, he had to just literally like swipe my hand away or walk away for it to be obvious that he didn't fuck with me. Because a lot of people want to play on ambiguity. A lot of people take that as an advantage. Like, if I'm the one that doubts myself in that moment, then I'm the one that's gonna look stupid, because I'm gonna walk away. I'm like, I'm gonna act like that didn't happen. But I'm not gonna be like that. I'm not the type of person to play on ambiguity. I'm about true expression. So I held my ground, and he had to give way. He had to give way, because who looks like a dick at that point? Because if I'm the one that's putting myself out in the open, I'm willing to like embarrass myself. I'm willing to have hundreds of people, because there's hundreds of people in the dance floor, hundreds of people see this moment of myself getting embarrassed. If I'm willing to do that, then I'm the bigger guy, right? Because at the end of the day, if he disrespects me in that moment, everybody saw it. So I made sure to make it 100% clear. You're either gonna disrespect me 100%, or you're gonna acknowledge me 100%. And that's the way you gotta play it, because that's authenticity, bro. Like, you can't play people's game. Don't let people fuck with you through ambiguity, through uncertainty. You let it be known through your willingness to stand your ground and express yourself authentically, to hold true to what you really care about. Another example is, right, even recently at the gym. Like, I had this dude, I was working out, and then I didn't even know if he was working out in that area, but it's been cramped, right? And this guy just starts doing some lunges, and I thought he was gonna do it in place, but then he starts walking towards my direction, and he keeps walking, and I'm like, is this guy gonna like literally walk over me? And I'm like saying hello, like I'm here, and he doesn't even acknowledge me, doesn't even look at me. So then I eventually have to move. This guy's a big dude, he's like 6 feet, big ass black dude, and I'm like, all right, bro, cool. So I waited, and I could feel his energy was like trying to intimidate me. He didn't say shit. He thinks he's like this cool dude, fucking intimidating, big, working out, like not saying shit, not even looking at you, making eye contact. I was like, all right, bro. So I wait and it happens again. Like, I'm like, oh, is this guy serious? And then I wait and it happens again. And I literally get in front of him. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm like working out here. And he doesn't even acknowledge it. He just keeps moving. I'm like, all right. I've never had shit like this happen to me before, by the way. Like, this is fucking random. So I wasn't sure I was gonna work this out. But all right, I'm gonna talk to him because I'm like, I'm not intimidated. And the thing is, like, people like I in that state of consciousness, they think, and you see this at the gym more often. It's like because they're the bigger dude, physically, that they can intimidate other people, and that's another game. Like, notice the trend here. Like, people like to lean into their strengths, the things, the games that people put out there. That this is like, one guy's playing the status game as an artist, another guy's playing the status game as like a bigger dude in the gym. So I understand, I'm aware of this. I go up to him. I'm not that big of a dude. I'm 5'7". This guy's like 6 feet, or 5'10", whatever. And he's definitely over 200 pounds. I'm like 140, 150. So from the looks of it, like, he should be intimidating the fuck out of me. But I don't care. I go up to him like, hey man, and I'm like waving at him. He's not paying attention. And then he's on his phone with his headphones. And so I tap his arm like, yo, I'm talking to you, bro. And he just like doesn't even look at me, lifts his headphones. I'm like, hey bro, you can't just walk in front of me. Like, there's people at the gym, like, you can't just do that. And he just completely ignored me. He like put his headphones back on. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So that's what it is. So at that point, people were looking, and I wasn't sure like how I wanted to proceed, because I wasn't gonna get pissed off and just like tell this guy like, yo, what the fuck. So I later decided, it was bugging me. I later decided that I was gonna go talk to the manager, and I told the manager, yo, like, how this isn't right. Like, if I were somebody else, this guy could just be intimidating anybody. He thinks he's a big dude. He thinks he could do whatever the fuck he wants. He thinks nobody's gonna do anything. Like, you guys should do something about it. It's a big gym. A lot of people are gonna be coming by. This guy needs to like understand that there's like social interaction that needs to happen. There's like social rules that need to be followed. I told this guy that, and this dude, the manager, just wasn't even paying attention really. He was just like, yeah, we'll do something about it. All right. And he's like, where's he at? I'm like, I just saw him right here. And then I went back to look for him, but he was gone. So I'm guessing, I don't know, fucking, if luck would have it, the dude dipped out. I probably missed him on the way out. And the manager didn't even come out. First off, fuck EOS for that shit, bro. Like, oh god, like, people piss me the fuck off, bro. I'm only here at EOS just because, like, it's the cheapest option. I might be looking for another gym soon, but I just signed up here, and I've had this issue. Like, I've had multiple issues with the EOS management. It's bullshit, bro. But I told myself, look, I feel like if I had just gone to the manager right then and there when that dude literally disrespected me, and I asked somebody like, yo, did you see that? Are you seeing this? Like, am I in the wrong? And then I went to go to the manager, and I fucking dragged his ass out to the front to talk to this fool. I think things would have been different. I think both him, the guy, and the manager would have had to deal with me being on their ass about, like, yo, respect. Like, respect people, bro. Like, you guys have to respect. So either way, I guess it was my fuck up. Now I've learned. I've never had an interaction like that, so I'll put that in the books for later. But like I said, authenticity is the greatest equalizer. I don't care who you are, whether you be a manager, whether you be this big ass dude at the gym, whether you be an artist with like hundreds of thousands of followers. I don't care who you are. Hold on, my wife is calling me. I'm just gonna pause this. I don't care who you are. I'm gonna be myself, and I'm gonna express my truth. So there's that. So that's that. All right. I'm gonna be myself, and I'm gonna express my truth, and I'm not gonna limit myself, and I'm gonna put myself out there because I know I'm doing the right thing that's within my heart, and I'm not gonna let any label, whether it be all these things that we put out there, status, money, whatever the fuck, I'm not gonna let any of that hinder me. Crap, I'm gonna call my wife back right now. Anyways, my wife is calling me. That's the message, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next video tomorrow. Peace.